Okay, England have beaten Ireland in Dublin 32 points to 20 in a surprise result. I wouldn't say it's a full shock because the Six Nations is one of the most competitive tournaments where on their day any side can beat anyone, and but it wasn't expected. And even with the high penalty count, England deserved the win because of the possession they did, and they did stuff with possession, which other teams didn't do as much of with possession. Um, but let's have a look at the game in a nutshell, and then we'll discuss the pros and cons. Johnny May's try after 3 minutes, concerted England pressure, it pays off. The Tom Curry yellow, they were targeting Keith Earls under the high ball. Keith Earls has fielded the ball, he's kicked it away. It is slightly late, it is slightly high. Keith Earls is one of the shorter players in the Irish side and in the Irish backline. I don't think that was deserving of a yellow. I think the Mario Itoje challenge on Keith Earls under the high ball was, because there was no attempt to go for the ball by Itoje, and he led with his elbow into Keith Earls. So make of that what you will. But again, England with a yellow card. This is an issue. Even though they won the game, this is still an issue for England. In response, Sexton gets a penalty, and the Keane Healy try comes just after Tom Curry comes back on. Tom Curry, sorry. But England have been on the defensive for 12 minutes. Fully deserved points. They took advantage of the yellow card. No denying that. Daly's try. Daly should have been playing last year rather than Mike Brown. The insistence of keeping Mike Brown in the side last year was one of the reasons why England were so bad. I'm not going to deny that. Mike Brown is past his best at fullback. There are better fullbacks out there. Daly has proved that today. End of. Farrell converts. It making sense. It's 17-10 because there's a disallowed try in there as well for Vunipola. Double movement. Consistency from the TMOs. We saw one in the Scotland-Italy game. Consistency. I'm happy with that. On another day, it may have been given, but they are showing consistency with the double movement. And we need more consistency from the TMOs when it comes to decisions, because I was watching overnight full match replays on YouTube on the Major League Rugby YouTube channel. So they are putting all the Major League Rugby games on YouTube for us to access. The TMO has been inconsistent. Now I understand that Major League Rugby is they're growing the game in the US, and the refereeing standard and the playing standard isn't as high. But it is nice to see some consistency from TMOs, because all the referees go to the same World Rugby meetings. They do. They get given the same instructions. So finally some consistency from TMOs. Just putting that point out there because I've been watching some domestic club rugby lately. There was an advantage. Farrell kicks the penalty. It's 17-10 at half time. Ireland took advantage of the yellow card. Did not fully take advantage of the penalty count because England were giving away a lot of penalties. At this point, Ireland had given away no penalties in the first half. It was, I think, 6-7-0 penalties to England. Half time comes and goes. Sexton gets Ireland on the board on 55 minutes. At this point, the penalty count is 9-1. Now, I think he should have kicked for touch and carried on the momentum because England were in defence mode. England were defending now and giving away a lot of penalties. That kick for goal is crucial. Wrong choice. The Keane Healy try showed what you can do when you have England under pressure. You kick for the corner and you keep them down there, keep the ball. You've just given them the ball back. It's stupid. And yeah, you get the penalty, but then you are not keeping the pressure up and getting as many points as possible. That was a mistake. And that's on Rory Best. That, for me, is the turning point. The decision to kick the points. Yes, they got the points, but they could have had England under the screw at that point because England's discipline was leaving them, and it gave England a breather. Farrell misses a penalty 5 minutes later, which is again crucial, but they get away with it. The two Slade tries, the difference. Why has Slade not been in the side sooner for more lengthy spell? I know he's had some injuries and some health issues. I know he's a diabetic. I know he's had some injury issues, but he's been overlooked. And the centre position has, both inside and outside centre, has been a problem because Farrell forward has been now shown not to work. You either have forward at fly half and someone else in the centre position, or you have Farrell at fly half. For some reason, they cannot. The axis has been worked out by so many teams. They're too flat. So they start Farrell at fly off and Slade outside centre. That is crucial, very crucial. Tuolagi's inside centre to counteract Bandiaki, and that is a key battle. If that's Ford and Farrell, I don't know. But Slade gives you another kicking option from hand and from the tee, and he can not only play outside centre, he can also fly off. You have that other option. That's something England have been lacking. He's a very, very, very intelligent rugby player. His second try, Ireland are getting desperate. It's a good intercept. That burst try is brilliant as well. Slade should have been in the side last year and wasn't, and he's key for Exeter. Exeter, he's key for them. It's really surprising to me that it's taken this long to get him back in the side. The John Cooney try, shows a textbook example of supporting the ball carrier on the outside shoulder. Great support of the ball carrier. Great support, secondary support there. It's a great line break by a hooker, yeah, and he's there to dab it down, but it's too little, too late. They are going for the bonus point. They were trying to get back in the game at that point. Quick conversion, and they try and run it from deep. It doesn't work, but in a nutshell, England were better. They kept the intensity for the whole 80 minutes, apart from a brief spell in the second half. They were and a brief spell in the first half, and they were down at 14. They kept the intensity up, which is something England had been lacking. They kept the intensity up for the majority of the game. The discipline, however, is a cause of concern. Had Sexton gone for the corner, that is a different result. I think that was the turning point, was that decision to kick that penalty. I was screaming at the TV, corner. He's gone for goal. That is a mistake. A crucial mistake. I think Ireland did underestimate England. They might have got in a bit overconfident with the fact they are number one team in the world for the first time ever. And they have just come off the last game they played. They did beat the All Blacks. So you can understand why they're confident. But they have got a few key players missing, and there's a bit of a rejiggling. But England were better today. Penalty count is still too high, and there's another yellow card in there. So there are things for England to work on. Even with a victory, I don't know if on another day, different referee, may have been a different result. The penalty count is too high. Still too high. The breakdown was better. I will admit that the breakdown was far better today. But the penalty count is too high. That is a criticism of England. Of Ireland, I think decision making there. We know Sexton can kick points all day long. And now you've got Carberry as well. We know they can kick all day long and kick goals. But when they kicked for the corner for Cian Healy's try, that showed when you get England under the screw, they wilt. That was a mistake. They knew they had the rolling ball working. They've done it already once. Do it in the other corner, get another try. Crucial error by Ireland was going for goal. And I'm not hiding that. And I don't think Ireland played terribly, but England's line speed was good. They were much more disciplined in the breakdown, which they haven't been for 2 years. So the breakdown penalties weren't there. It was offsides and other penalties given away. Offsides were the big problem, and the tackle area, not the breakdown area. A couple of high tackles in there, a couple of late tackles in there. Hence one of the yellow cards. Now, on a little side note, I keep a note of the day for each game. England's first win in Dublin for 6 years. We knew that they hadn't won for 6 years. But the last time they won, Chris Ashton played. Who's playing today? Chris Ashton. He comes on replacing Jack Noel. Jack Noel has gone through a hell of a lot of work at this point. That is an interesting little tidbit. But there we go. England deserve winners. Slightly surprising for some. I think Ireland underestimated them. I think Ireland have had the dominance of the two nations for most of the last 6 years. I think they've been the better side. If you were to play this game again tomorrow with that penalty count, different referee, it's a different result. If Sexton doesn't kick for goal and kicks for the corner, it's a different result. I honestly believe that. But on such small margins, our game's decided. And I think all three games have been entertaining. And you will notice most of the points in all three games scored after half time. Most of the tries and most of the points are scored after half time over the whole three games. You put all three games together, first half, second half, look at the point scoring. A lot of it's happened after half time, especially in the France, Wales, and Scotland, Italy. A lot of the points came after half time in both games, I think the majority. And in this one, I actually think, it's about right. Ireland were 50-50 in their points before and after half time, but England, no, in this game, it was split 50-50, but the other two, most points come after half time. And if you look in the whole wider scheme of things, that carries over in all three games. If you divide half by half, the points in the first half, points in the second half has more points. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your thoughts below. I'll have some more videos for you soon.